Hi. I have a thing on my mind and I wanted to save it to Instagram, so here we go. Thought I'd go live and talk about it. And if you have questions, shoot them to me. I'm going to talk about the price of alignment and the price of living in your integrity. For anyone who's been with me for a while, you likely know that I was seeing someone who was wonderful and kind and thoughtful and like literally just the standard for how a boyfriend, how a partner should treat you. And it started to feel out of alignment within like the last month or so. So being as embodied as I am, being as tuned in as I am, I started to hear the little whispers. My body was telling me, hey, this is starting to feel out of alignment. This is starting to not feel correct anymore. Not because he was doing anything wrong. Not because he suddenly was a bad partner. He was a wonderful partner throughout. Only because what I wanted and what he wanted wouldn't feasibly work, and there were some like personality characteristics that just didn't work together. So I started to hear those little whispers about a month ago, and I could feel an energy block between us. And so we talked about it, and we talked about it, and we talked about it some more, and we decided to end things, and we decided to try them for a little longer. And meanwhile, my body progressively got louder. It progressively shut me down harder. So a lot of people, a lot of my clients think that when you get very good at this work, when you get very good at embodiment, when you get very good at being within your integrity, that it's easy and life is always happy. And I'm always happy and things are always good and nothing bad happens and the storms never come. And even if they come, I'm just dancing in the rain. And that's not true. Being in your integrity can be very hard because you have to make the right choice and not the easy choice and not the choice for what you want now. So one of my mantras is authenticity or death, integrity or death. I am who I am, and I hold myself to that standard, because if I don't, I'm a hypocrite and I can't help anyone hold themselves to that standard, and I'm not going to do that no matter what it costs me. Now, in the short term, it cost me that relationship. In the long term, it realigns me, meaning I'm going to get what I want, right? I'm going to get the relationship that I want, the kind of partner that I want, the things that I want. So the cost of alignment, it's going to cost you many things. Like it's going to cost you what you want short term. It's going to cost you some relationships. It may cost you a job. Not that you'll like get fired or anything, but that if it's no longer in alignment, you have a choice to choose between what you want most, what you know is best for you, what you know is good for you, or what you have right now. And I encourage you to always, always, always choose what is in alignment for you, what is in long-term alignment for you, and not the choice that you want now, but you know is not the right choice long-term. You are only going to suffer there. The biggest reason that I see people suffer is because they're making choices that are out of alignment. They're not willing to make the choices they have to make in order to be in alignment, in order to be happy. And that will cost you your life. You may get what you want, but you don't, because long term, you don't get what you want, and you can't receive what you really want if your hands are white knuckle clenching the thing that you know is not the right thing. So you have to let go. Well, you don't have to. I mean, you can choose to hang on, but again, it's only going to create suffering. So that was the space that I got into. My body was like, hey, this ain't it. Even though there's love, even though he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, truly didn't. Even though we were happy, it wasn't right. And so I can hang on and I can keep him from his right person and I can keep me from my right person. Even though we were good, we weren't right. or I can let us both go so that we can both find alignment, so that we are both happy and perfectly in alignment. So I imagine that you will face similar choices as you go through life. Life is a series of choices. Either we come closer to alignment or we move farther from alignment. And the farther you are from alignment, the bigger that gap is, the bigger your misery is, the more shit that happens to you. Because life is trying to teach you that you have to make a decision. You have to let go. And the things that are happening to you will progressively get bigger and get worse until you are forced, until you're so uncomfortable that you have no choice but to come back into alignment. And that's something I see time and time and time again. Listen when your body is whispering. Listen when the universe is whispering, and you never have to hear it scream. Make the choices you have to make to come into alignment, because that piece is so profound. It's so profound. And if you have never felt that kind of peace, this is probably a good time to reach out to someone. It doesn't have to be me. If it's me, amazing. But if it's not, that's okay. Reach out to someone who does this type of work, who does embodiment work, who will help you listen to your intuition, make choices that are in alignment with the life that you actually want. That's going to take a certain process though. So make sure that you're working with someone who knows what they're doing. And if you have questions about that, just shoot me a message. But the point of this is to say that no one is immune from making choices. No one is immune from having to make hard choices. Okay, that decision was hard. It took me a month to make. And then it took me like 2 weeks to go back and try and make it again. Like, it was not an easy decision, but it was the right decision. So perhaps you have some things that are weighing on you that you need to make the right decision, even if it's not the easy decision. And I encourage you to follow that right decision, because it always leads to the right place. So that's all. Hope you're well.